This podcast is part of the Red 5 Network. For more Red 5 Network podcasts, visit red5network.com.
Hello there. Hello there. Hello there. Hello there. Hello there. Hello there. Another happy landing.
What's up, everybody? I'm Big Lovin, and this is Don DellaSnooch. Welcome to the Escape Pod, Ready Player 2, episode 48. Clankety clank, bitch.
Yeah, that's right. How you doing, buddy?
Doing pretty good. I don't know if you can tell, but I'm drinking a little something different tonight.
Leinenkugel looks like.
Yes, a little summer shandy.
It's a little cold for that, isn't it?
Yeah, but you know what, dude? The reason I didn't get my normal Coronas is I went to Meijer, and the Meijer up here on Michigan Ave, they're redoing it. I don't know if you've been in there in a while, but they're redoing the facade of it. They're redoing shit on the inside, remodeling it. Well, the fucking beer aisle is taking place for part of the dairy aisle.
Dairy aisle. I saw that.
Yeah. So they have like a sliver of cold beer, like maybe 3 12-packs wide, and then the rest of it's all warm beer behind the dairy shit. So I'm like, this is bullshit. And the line in Google was cold, and I was like, well, fucking summer shandy, we're taking that now, and I'm not going somewhere else. So I said, fuck it.
I like your commitment.
Well, you got to commit sometimes.
I got a new bourbon for tonight.
Nice.
I bought this stuff called 3 Chords.
Oh wow, I like the label.
It's super tasty. It's a local outfit. They brew it over at Red Dog or Ugly Dog.
Oh, cool.
But it's not theirs. They brew it for somebody else.
Is it good?
Steel Binding Spirits.
Is it tasty?
Yes. Place called Steel Binding Spirits in Chelsea, Michigan.
Sweet ass sweet.
Like boy band sweet.
Like boy band ass sweet.
Right.
There you go. You'll get it. We're putting it together. It's all good.
Nice. Well, you can find us on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, and all your favorite podcasting apps like iTunes, TuneIn, Stitcher, Spotify, Audible, and Google Play. Check out the Red 5 Network for all kinds of excellent podcasts like the Jedi Temple Archives and the Scarif Scuttlebutt podcast.
If you're listening to this as an audio podcast, please consider joining us live on Wednesday nights on YouTube at youtube.com/c/ATSW The Escape Pod, all one word.
Yes. And please join us at patreon.com and search ATSW The Escape Pod in the search creator bar to support our show and get in on the exclusive Escape Crate, which we just gave away to Ron Johnson just the other day.
So we are expecting a video. He knew the rules, right?
I have the video. I've passed it on.
Sweet. You got to pass it on to our guy.
I passed it on to the video editor specialist.
Yes.
And we should be getting a final product here pretty soon.
I think our video editor should start using more CGI.
CGI?
Yes, I want to see CGI in these videos.
Really? So maybe we could put the little Snapchat puppy dog face on Ron while he's opening the box or something.
Yeah, dude, some kind of CGI would be fantastic.
Nice.
You want to get in a shout outs, my friend?
Yeah, let me holler at the chat real fast.
Word.
Right now we got Lunar Girl, Dragon Buddy, Josh Gutierrez, Just Jen. And Eric Williams is in the chat.
Yeah, Dub showed up.
It's a thin start.
It happens though. Who cares? Well, there's a lot of people who said they haven't read or seen this, so they didn't want to, get it spoiled or whatnot. And that's fine.
That's quite
this
true.
Is for me and you. This is for me and you.
Ghost Pepper says that he wants to see a horse face put on Ron.
You guys are fucking awful.
Like the big rubber.
Oh yes, that would be fan-fucking-tastic.
That would be amazing.
I would love to see that.
Shout him out.
Whoa, what?
I said shout him out.
Oh, you interrupted me. That was rude.
Yes, it was.
It's okay though.
I'll edit
Shout
it
out.
out. It
First
never
and
happened.
foremost, always fuck off Don. From a Gen X point of view, or all things Star Wars, that is the mothership. That is David Jason. That is the New Jersey Delphians. They are the ones who birthed this fucking lovely thing that is the escape pod. So we always got to shout them out first and foremost. Next, let's get into used and abused with Kim and Scott. Check them out. They've been doing remotes. Scott is a man of the travels. He likes to travel around and see the grandkids and whatnot. So that's fantastic. He's doing that. So that's fucking cool. Next, we got our man Keith for layman's terms on Facebook. Keith is the man to bring you that mana because we all need a little life. And then we've got Big Swede's Excellent Adventure and Tactical Swede and Swede Reacts, all on YouTube. And then there's something Swede and Swede Snowboards. Did you know? That's a good one. I've been enjoying that one. But there's also he just goes by Swede's Kid, better than dad at snowboarding. I don't know what that's about, but he's got better tricks. He's channeling his inner Sean White, which is fan-fucking-tastic. So
did you see the pictures of them pulling indie grabs off of jumps the other day?
That made my ass hurt because I knew if I was trying to do that, I'd fucking biff it so bad.
Oh, it made my knees ache. I was like, oh, I can totally feel coming down off of that.
Yeah, like I wouldn't even land it properly. It would be a giant mess.
That's how old I am. I'm thinking about how bad it would hurt my knees to come down off of some fucking, and they weren't that high in the air. They're just
but
just
higher
a couple
than I
feet.
can get. Higher than I
that's all it
get.
takes. There's a birthday shout out today for you, isn't there?
Is there?
Your big tall guy that you're a fan of.
Oh, Michael Jordan. You threw me off, man. It is the GOAT. It is the GOAT's birthday today. So everybody, Michael Jordan fans out there, we all rejoice when the GOAT is having his birthday candles blown out.
Oh, I bet he is too.
Yeah, well, when you're the GOAT, that kind of shit happens whenever you want it to.
I keep hearing you talk about Michael Jordan and then you say LeBron James. I don't know what's going on.
Listen, I will stab you, pull apart my internet, and end this fucking show. All in one final fucking swoop. Just like that.
You know I don't give a shit.
Hell,
shout outs for Patreon. Scott and Kim Rasmussen, Jen and Jess Bolt, Big Swede, Lunar Girl and Dragon Buddy, Richie the King Armbruster, Ron Old Man Johnson, Eric Dub Williams, Philly Dave Martin, and as always for sponsoring Nostalgia Inc.
Hell yeah. You see that Dragon Buddy said, I was skiing for a long time, then it was too hard getting back up.
Yeah. You can still do the falling down, but then after a while the getting up starts to suck.
I've gone snowboarding a couple times with Lance, Kendrick, and Coleman, and I've done it like 2 or 3 times, dude. And that was quite a few years ago. Shit, me and Nicole were dating when that happened.
Yeah, it's about a decade ago, wasn't it?
Yeah, dude. That was the last time I've gone fucking snowboarding, and that just thinking about that hurts. And I'm 10 plus years older than that now.
Yep.
I'm just not and I can snowboard, I can skateboard, like I can do it, but I still fucking fall a lot on a snowboard. And it hurts.
I tell you what. The last time I stepped on a skateboard, I was like, I don't think I want to do this anymore.
I did an ollie in the driveway at our last house, and I think I'm going to retire with being able to do that with my fat ass because I don't want to end up on one of those America's Funniest Home Videos fucking videos where I'm all thinking I can do it and I'm an old fuck and I just totally fuck it up. No, that's not going to be me.
Yeah, I pretty much hung it up when about the best I could do was no comply up to the seat on a picnic table.
Yeah.
And I'm like, if I can't get up to the top, I need to quit doing this.
Yeah. I retired skateboarding.
Yeah. It's something I haven't picked up in a long time.
Yeah. And I'd probably feel safer on an inner tube going down a hill than on a snowboard now.
Yeah, definitely.
Get off my lawn, damn it.
Hey, here we go.
It's movie time. Movie time. It's movie time. Movie time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fucking love it.
So we've got kind of a weird setup, or not setup, but the way this show's weighed out tonight. Like our sports section and our like rumor mill section, real thin. But we got quite a bit of movie news.
Yes. And we've got Wednesdays with Wanda, so that's nice.
Yeah, that's gonna take up a minute because this was a thick show.
Yes, it was. Very thick and chunky.
So I'm not gonna bury the lead. This past week, Gina Carano lost her job as part of the cast in The Mandalorian. And Disney is saying that it's because of her abhorrent social media posts.
Yeah.
Before we dive too deep into this, because I know we're going to stay away from the politics, but before we dig too deep into it, a lot has come out in the last few days that essentially imply that Disney did not renew her contract back when they were done filming season 2. So she didn't just get fired. They didn't rehire her.
Ah. Yeah, I remember you were talking to me about this today. This was kind of the first I learned of this.
Right. But once she found out about it, she posted this last big Instagram shitstorm where she invoked Nazis and Jews and Holocaust stuff and, comparing the plight of modern day conservatives to that which the, Jews went through in World War II. Right. So, I understand people's position about, hey, don't fire somebody for their speech or their, them exercising their freedom of speech, but they legitimately just didn't rehire her.
Yeah.
So I don't know how mad you can go, like studios all the time go, well, we're going to go in another direction.
Yeah. And you can do that. I mean, hell, they do that in a movie where you see a character for a short amount of time in the beginning and you never fucking see him again. They have nothing, you know what I mean? They played their pivotal role. They did what they needed to do and then they're gone. So easily season 3 could start with a time jump and we may never see Grief Karga again. We don't know. We have no idea what's planned for the next season of The Mandalorian. So
Dragon Buddy brings up an interesting point. He says that they better not recast her. And I guess the most responsible thing for them to do is write a story that doesn't include her.
Yeah, there you go.
Because she was a nice addition to the show. She is not an essential element of the story.
No. The show could have worked around not having her character in that show.
Yeah, they could have just very easily added in another strong character. Doesn't even have to be a female character, just some muscle. That's really all she is.
Yeah.
Because she doesn't carry a lot of emotional weight ever.
No, they'll talk about it for a split second, but we really don't get to explore that too often.
Yep. The heaviest lifting she did was imply she lost everything when Alderaan was blown up.
Right. And, so far. And then her as a dropper, some of the shit she had to go through. But I mean, we really didn't touch on that very much. So
Right. So I mean, it's a bummer. But staying away from the politics of it all. Like I think this is something Disney can easily move past.
Yeah, I do too.
You can be as mad as you want to be about it, but the reality is they just decided they didn't want to rehire her.
Yeah. There you go. Is what it is. I don't want to, like you said, you know me with the politics, so we don't got to get into all that shit. But I mean, that's the story. And you know what? I don't want them to recast her, just like you said, man, make a story without her and we can do that and let's just move on.
Yep, definitely. Speaking of moving on, let's move on.
Hell yeah. The Flash movie finally begins filming. Producers shared their first set photo. I don't know if you've seen it. It wasn't really much. It basically looked like a giant fucking airplane hangar behind him.
Yeah, it was literally the the director's wife is the first producer,
Right.
and it's a picture of her standing in front of a lot with a great big either like you say, it's an airplane hangar or something, or it's a sound stage.
I mean, I imagine it's a sound stage, but the first thing it invoked to me was a giant airplane hangar.
Well, it's kind of hard to tell the difference because they're really just about the same size buildings.
Fuck yeah, they are.
You know, those sound stages are enormous.
Yeah.
Pedro Pascal is going to star as Joel in The Last of Us, which is a HBO or going to be an HBO series based on the video game.
Dude, I seen somebody did an artist rendition of Pedro Pascal as Joel. And
Yes.
I never got into the game. I think it's a pretty cool game, the concept, everything behind it, whatever. But they showed this painting, picture, art, whatever, and with the beard and shit like that, I mean, it looks wicked. Yeah, I mean, he definitely looks like he can play the part.
It's a good game. I struggled with some of the
Game mechanics.
well, it wasn't so much the game mechanics as it was the main bad guys, the clickers.
Mm-hmm.
Were relatively powerful, so it required you doing an awful lot of sneaking, and I really fucking hate that. Like, if you got to, I mean, I don't mind sneaking some, but if you have to sneak constantly, I understand that it pays off in that horror narrative,
Right?
but it's not a fun mechanic in a game.
Yeah.
It takes what should be a 5-minute fucking trip from A to B turn into a 45-minute thing. And if you fuck it up one time, that's it. You know, and it's just so frustrating.
That's the way it was for Metal Gear Solid for me. I was like, oh, we can sneak. Wait. Oh, fuck. We're doing a whole lot of fucking sneaking here, man.
Yeah. I would really love to play that game with mods where you became, invincible or whatever. I mean, I don't need it to be God mode or whatever.
Right.
But some way to balance that out. Otherwise, it's not fun enough that I want to play it.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I know people who love those fucking games for everything that they are, and I get it.
I'm willing to check out the series. I'll tell you that.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I'm going to enjoy watching it more than I did playing it. That's you.
I got it. Yep. Captain Marvel 2. I don't know how you pronounce this. I meant to ask you this before the show.
I believe it's Zoe Ashton.
Zoe Ashton cast as the villain. That's all we've got. So I don't know who this actress is.
I should have wrote it down, but she's got some pretty good acting chops.
Okay.
So I'm willing to go along with it. I don't know what the villain is that she's going to play either. So I don't know if it's one they made up, one it's from the comics, one they've reskinned to be an old thing with a new look.
Right.
So I know as much about Captain Marvel as I saw in the last movie.
Yeah. She was one of those characters for me as well. So I don't know much about her mythology and all that, but I enjoyed the shit. I was one of those people who enjoyed the shit out of the movie. But for the most part, when I go see a movie, for the most part, I tend to enjoy movies because that's what I look to do when I go to a movie.
Right.
Is enjoy the movie. Me and my son were having this conversation the other day about just the enjoyment of movies and how I don't tend to take them too serious. I try to take them for what they are.
Well, like a lot of people don't like Batman v Superman and they didn't like Justice League. They have problems, but I fucking love them.
Oh, I think they're fantastic.
So I'm in the same camp as you. I just want to go to the theater and I want you to entertain me.
Exactly.
So WandaVision is now the most popular television show in the world. Television is kind of, but anyway, it's the most popular show in the world.
That's crazy.
Fucking impressive.
It really is, considering we just kind of spoke about, we're not those kind of fans. Like, I'm not that kind of fan of Wanda and or Vision, and I'm enjoying the shit out of this TV show. I would have never thought I would have enjoyed a WandaVision show, and I'm really enjoying this.
Yep. I'm like, this is so good that I hope that this is what I get out of Cassian Andor, because I
Yeah.
got no expectations for Cassian Andor, just like I had no expectations for WandaVision. Like when everybody was let down by the first 2 episodes of WandaVision, I was like, I had no expectations for it.
Yeah, I didn't know what to expect either. We're on the same page, brother. We're reading the same lines practically.
Good.
Batman 89, Michael Keaton's Dark Knight is returning to DC Comics, and so is Superman. Was it
Yes.
74?
Yes.
74. So, yeah, Superman 74. That those both of them are coming back to comic books.
Yep. Yeah, so we're gonna get like a legit continuation. Well, specifically what it said is we got Batman 89, then we got Batman Returns. This will be the continuing story of that Batman, disregarding the Joel Schumacher stuff.
Yeah, and that's how they're gonna do. It's gonna be the Christopher Reeve Superman back in the comic books and stuff. I didn't read the part where they might have talked about when it takes place, but I know those worlds and universes are coming back.
Yep. I kind of get the impression that DC is taking that Joel Schumacher phase and saying, this is no longer canon, like Disney did with the Legend stuff.
Yeah, you gotta do what you gotta
Have
do.
a good night, Scott. Thanks for coming.
Later, dude. Thanks for stopping in, buddy.
Marvel Studios assembled a new documentary series of specials, goes behind the scenes of shows and movies in the MCU. The first special assembled is the making of WandaVision, streaming on March 12th on Disney Plus. So essentially, after we're all done with Wanda.
Kind of like what we got with the Mandalorian.
Yes, I think we're looking at just about the same thing.
I'm in. I'm always down for that. I love the behind the scenes stuff. I love the sizzle reels. I love the gag reel. Like, feed this baby fucking bird, man. I'm all about that stuff.
Absolutely.
You want to talk about the Justice League trailer?
Yes. What did you think about the new Justice League trailer?
It looks amazing.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
I mean, I've been on board since this thing became we're gonna let him do it. We're gonna let him make his vision. So,
yep. Now
it was cool to see some of the black suit Superman, see the Joker at the end. That kind of stuff was really cool.
Yeah. There's a whole lot of people that are like poo-pooing this thing, going, oh, he only shot 10 to 15 more minutes of a movie. That's all well and good, but he had hours of a movie that hit the cutting room floor.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's 15 minutes of new footage, but there's a whole bunch of shit that he had in the can that didn't make it into Joss Whedon's version of this movie.
Yeah.
So as far as that goes, like even looking at the trailer, there's a whole bunch of shit in the trailer that I don't recognize.
Oh, there was a bunch of shit I didn't recognize, dude.
Like the stuff with Cyborg having that giant fucking cannon on his shoulder. That didn't happen in the original movie.
I don't remember it. The whole black suit Superman.
Yep. It looks like we're getting a bat tank.
Yes.
In this.
From the cartoon.
Yes, from the Dark Knight Returns.
Yes.
So that's fucking dope. And then did you see that he retooled the Joker?
A little bit, yeah. I want to see how that's going to work. What all that mean? I'm very intrigued by that.
This Joker, I guess, is the design that he had for the Joker.
Yeah.
That was who was it that made Suicide Squad?
Oh my fucking brain fart. I wasn't ready for this question.
I know, me too.
God. I swear I can see it. I can see it in my head. I just can't say it.
Me too. Whoever it was that made Suicide Squad basically because the character didn't previously have screen time, that dude was like, well, this is my vision for the Joker. And that's what happened. So this is Snyder's version of what that character was supposed to be.
Yeah.
So, maybe they leave room for the Joker he becomes later. Right. The tattoos, I guess, maybe. I don't know.
Or maybe he still has some of them underneath what that new kind of look.
Yeah.
I hope they blended him to a way, or at least time wise, it makes sense where he doesn't look the way he looked in Suicide Squad.
Right. I love that version of the Joker, but that's a very specific, like almost like they did with Joaquin Phoenix's Joker, where they're like, this is a standalone version of the Joker.
Yeah.
I feel like that Suicide Squad version needs to stay in the Suicide Squad. Like,
I enjoyed that version.
I did too,
I liked it. I thought it was a different take on it, and I enjoyed it. I didn't enjoy his flashy ass Lamborghini purple car. I thought that was kind of stupid. That was kind of Joel Schumacher, but I enjoyed the presence of the Joker.
Right. I don't think that fits in the gravity of Batman vs Superman and the Justice League and all that. Like, those attempt to be very serious films. For being an unserious subject, they attempt to be real serious.
Yeah.
So you got any more movie stuff you want to hit real fast?
No, man, that was it, brother.
Okay, here we go.
Power up.
I'm bad. Get over here.
I love it.
Video game time.
Marvel's Avengers will release on PS5 and Xbox Series X and S in March of 2021.
Now, I'm a little confused here about this. Did the Marvel's Avengers game only come out on PC?
Yeah, I was confused because I thought that game came out not too long ago. Or
That's
maybe this is just for this version of the newest console version.
Yeah, it could be. Maybe it's only out on the PlayStation 4. Jess says it's out for last gen, but it's not out for next yet.
I gotcha. That makes sense. I hope it looks better then.
Yep, that makes plenty of sense.
I wasn't too impressed with the way that game looked on the current gen.
Yeah, me either. And from what I understand with people who have played it, they weren't overly excited either.
Yeah.
So, what do you got to do, I guess?
Right.
Scalpers are saying that the press has treated them unfairly. I don't know who's speaking for the scalpers.
It's that guy.
It's that guy. He says they're this individual at least is inferring that they are. What happened?
I was laughing at you. I was like, it was that guy, and you're like, this guy. I mean, this individual. That was just funny to me.
It's like in Idiocracy when he's like, "Excuse me, this particular individual has been masturbating in the park." That is. We have to do that movie soon. That is one of my favorite movies of all time.
We can do it.
Anyway, this particular individual is insinuating that scalping is a valuable industry, and they're acting as a middleman for limited quantity items, which is bullshit.
You're not
the store is the middleman.
Exactly. You're not the middleman.
Yeah, they're a parasite on a system that was already established.
Jesus.
This guy is a nutbag.
Right.
Yeah, you want to read this last one?
You can read the next one.
There was an article written was it Newsweek maybe? Joe Biden has been playing Mario Kart with his granddaughter, playing as Luigi, and he beats her.
He better fucking beat her.
He's a 70-some-year-old man.
You don't hold back. You don't hold back.
Jen raises an interesting point in the chat. Masturbating in the park would be a more acceptable job than scalping.
I don't know how I feel about that. My kids still go to parks, you son of a bitch.
Well, be like, look, honey, it's a scalper.
Ah, you caught me. Amazon's New World MMO delayed again. Sites need to include more compelling in-game features at launch.
I get the impression that Amazon doesn't exactly know how to make video games.
I'm thinking so. I'm thinking they're up over their fucking head.
Yeah, I don't know who it is that they're hiring to do this, but if Jeff Bezos really wanted to do this, he should have bought a fucking studio.
Right.
He's worth over $1 billion.
What are you gonna do, man? What are you gonna fucking do? Buy a studio. Get it through your head.
Red Dead Redemption is apparently being used to teach American history at the University of Tennessee. That joke writes itself.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, but the joke writes itself.
I just wonder how do you take the test? Like, do you got to give them your checkpoint data or something? Like, how the fuck does that work?
I imagine you have to like rob a bank or something.
That's fucking weird.
Definitely.
But good for video games.
Good for video games.
These are the hot sheets. Best investigator reporting on the planet.
And we don't have much of it.
Yeah, we sure don't. We didn't investigate shit.
Hell no.
You boys comb the desert. We ain't found shit.
Shit. Kevin Feige says the last 3 episodes of WandaVision will each be an hour long.
So we're really only just over halfway through this series. Even though we're done with episode 6, there's still 3 hours of this. I love it.
Dude, this is how Star Wars comic book properties and shit are in there. This is going to be the route of them. Even if you just do mini series for some specific character to bring into the bigger universe, you just did a 4-part mini series, but you did each of those 4 is an hour long. So you basically have a 4-hour movie. I'm all for this. I love this. I love this. I love it.
Yep. And then, Marvel and, Disney and shit like that, they can do this shit all fucking weekend long. Or, all winter long. No,
they can do it every weekend too.
And then when it gets to be blockbuster season, like all the casuals are all caught up on what they need to know for the big fucking theatrical releases.
I fucking love. That's how they're gonna do it. Like instead of like making Avengers, instead of making your Ant-Man, your Iron Man, you're gonna do those in TV series form. So you can have a run, and then you can bring all these stories into one giant fucking umbrella of a story. Oh, I love it.
Now when the snake's going to eat the tail is when the theater is going to be owned by Disney. Good night, Josh.
Later, dude.
That must play really weird for people that are listening on the audio when I, just randomly. Like, good night, Steve.
Who gives a shit? Maybe if they were in the chat, they can get a good night too.
It's true. It's very true. Now that's all the fucking movie and video game rumors we got.
Yeah.
And now it's time for Sports Talk with your hosts, Dangerous Don Juan DellaSnooch, beautiful Brady Lovin, here on the Escape Pod.
Dude, it reminds me of like Sports Center, like 1997. Yeah. I fucking love it.
Or the beginning of a WWF event.
Either one, I fucking love it. Oh,
Fucking
man,
Dub's
what
dropping
happened?
equations.
What the fuck, Dub? You all right there, buddy?
Either maybe Blue stepped on his keyboard.
I think his Matrix fucking just glitched.
Could be. As far as sports news, about the only thing going on this week in sports is the Major League Baseball is opening spring training at the end of this week. I know that the Tigers reported to their camp today.
Didn't pitchers and catchers report today, or was that like yesterday?
I'm not sure, but I know that the Tigers need to get an early start if they want to lose as many games as they did last year.
Well, we can only hope.
Well, unfortunately, that's all the fucking sports news we got.
I'm laughing at the chat. Luna Girl's like, hopefully he doesn't smell toast.
You smell burnt toast, Dub?
Oh, fuck.
I tell you what, my left arm starting to get sore.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Why is that, buddy?
I got my second shot earlier.
Oh, that's not good.
I'm as close to being 100% vaccinated as you can get, apparently.
Right. Well, you ready to get into our next segment, bud?
Yep, I think so.
Little Wednesdays with Wanda.
Wednesdays with Wanda.
Episode 6, all new Halloween Spooktacular. Directed by Matt Shankman, written by Chuck Hayward and Peter Cameron.
Nice. In what was the late 1990s and early 2000s setting, Wanda wants to spend Tommy and Billy's first Halloween together as a family. But Vision tells her that he's going out to patrol the streets with the neighborhood watch.
Pietro offers to step in as a father figure and takes the boys trick-or-treating, causing mischief with his super speed, which Tommy is revealed to have inherited. Meanwhile, Vision explores further away from their house and finds residents of Westview standing frozen in their positions, including Agnes.
That was really fucking haunting.
Yeah, it was cool though. Because I kind of liked it. It felt like the further you got out from the center, the less control she had over everything. Yep.
That lady that kept reaching up to hook the thing, and she's fucking crying.
She's crying. That was twisted.
That was haunting, dude, for sure. Vision speaks to Agnes, Agnes's real self, and she tells him that he is dead. Outside Westview, Haywood orders Monica, Darcy, and Jimmy to leave the base for disagreeing with his decision to attack Wanda, but they sneak inside. That was
Jimmy
another.
Showed you some fucking moves.
Fuck yeah,
he's fucking cooked.
Hayward turns into like super mega dick.
Yeah, he's an asshole.
He even said something to Monica about her mom that was just fucking shitty.
Yes. I can't remember exactly what she said, but when he said that, I was like...
He essentially said something to the effect of, I'm glad your mom isn't here to see this or something.
Basically.
It was rough.
Yeah. They hack into his computer and discover that he has been tracking Vision's vibranium signature. Vision tries to push through the static wall, but he begins to disintegrate. Billy senses this and tells Wanda, who expands the hexagonal static wall. Vision, Darcy, and several SWORD agents are enveloped by the new boundary. That shit was cool, though, dude, when he was struggling. Like, and it's all peeling off of him and everything and trying to, like, rip his ass back into the fucking TV.
Yeah, and he's such a fucking hero that as he's being fucking ripped apart, he's like, you have to help. You have to help those people.
Right, exactly.
That essentially bottles up this episode. We got through like a really dense episode really fast. There was tons of little itty bitty stuff going on in this movie. Like one of the things I didn't put in the Easter eggs was the marquee at the movie theater.
Yeah.
Had The Incredibles and The Parent Trap on it.
Yeah.
So it was a movie about a superhero family and one about twins.
Right. Right.
So I thought that was kind of cool.
That is cool.
There was a scene where Wanda was kind of figuring out that something ain't right about Pietro. And when she says she has to go get Vision, he says, well, he can't die twice.
Yeah.
And she just lights up her hands and just blows him halfway across the courtyard.
Yeah.
Like this, there was so many little things going on in this. I cannot wait to see where this shit's going.
Oh, me neither. Jen says Pietro knows what's going on is a big one. He asked her where she keeps all the kids in between big events.
Yeah.
I was wondering that too. Like all of a sudden there's all these fucking kids and we haven't seen any kids other than the two twins.
Yep. That was something Vision asked in last episode. Well, where's all the children?
Right. And then all of a sudden the next episode we've got all the children. They're all there.
The children. Yeah. As far as the Easter eggs go, the first issue of the Vision and the Scarlet Witch series from Marvel Comics took place on Halloween night. Although that story's got absolutely nothing to do with what happened in this episode.
Yeah.
The format and intro are definitely supposed to resemble Malcolm in the Middle. Did you watch Malcolm in the Middle when you were younger?
I didn't watch it like religiously, but I did watch it.
Yeah. I've seen quite a few episodes, but it wasn't like my show or anything.
Yeah, me neither. I caught an episode or two from time to time.
That show began in January of 2000, and Billy and Tommy both break the fourth wall and talk to the viewer just like Malcolm did in the show. Did you know that character in Malcolm in the Middle, Frankie Munz, had some
Muniz?
kind of brain? What's that?
Muniz?
Yeah, Muniz.
Yeah.
Muniz. He had some kind of brain trauma and he doesn't remember any of it.
Are you serious?
Yeah, that part of his long-term memory is gone.
Damn, dude.
Yeah. Can you imagine you're one of the most famous kids around for the better part of a decade and then you can't remember none of it?
Fuck that. That's frightening. I don't want to be a part of that.
You don't want to be a part of that.
Hell no. They show us Avengers Age of Ultron footage just to drive home that we have two different versions of Quicksilver here. Tommy says Billy is afraid of that Uncle Pietro is a vampire. Well, we do see him as an undead form later on. It is possible that the kids can see that form all the time. Plus, there's a strong chance that he represents an entity that's trying to siphon energy / magic from Wanda.
Yeah, there's definitely something going on there.
Yeah, there's a weird vibe with Pietro. Like you get caught up in the whole is he from the X-Men universe thing? But there's some sneaky, shady shit going on with that character.
Yeah, definitely. Tommy mentions Uncle Peter to the rescue. The Evan Peters version of Quicksilver was referred to as Peter Maximoff, as opposed to being Pietro.
Yeah, I didn't catch that.
So Wanda describes her Halloween costume as a Sokovian fortune teller, while dressed in her up as her comic self. And Vision also dresses as his comic self, but he identifies it as a professional wrestler.
Yes.
And it looked ridiculous.
I thought Scarlet Witch looked hot though.
Definitely. Did you catch when he came downstairs? She says something to him about, hey, you put on your costume or whatever. He's like, well, I had no choice. This was the only thing in my closet.
Yeah. Yes.
And then he immediately snapped into his role as being the Darcy had said before, the father knows best version of himself.
Yeah. When Vision collapses to his knees on the ground with the cape blowing in the wind is a likely nod to his death scene in Avengers Infinity War. Vision apparently has no memory of being a member of the Avengers. Oh, Vision apparently has no memory of being in the Avengers. The magic is a yogurt snack, but the commercial has a really, really strong Shark Bites vibe.
You remember
I
that?
remember Shark Bites.
Remember
Those
Shark
were-
Bites?
Hell yeah, those are delicious.
Awesome. Red 5 Networks in the chat. I imagine that's probably Ro. And like he
Hell
says,
yeah.
make sure that you hit that subscribe button and hit the like button on YouTube. Definitely while you're in there. There's yet another reference to the Infinity Stones in this commercial. This ad featuring the kid alone on the desert island who grimly ends up looking like the Red Skull.
Yes.
And as we remember, the Red Skull kept watch over the Soul Stone. This kid being on an island by himself, the sole survivor.
I was trying to figure that out, but when I read this earlier, the way you pieced it and put this together, I was like, oh, okay, I see it now.
Once again, I didn't do that. I'm not that smart.
No, I know you didn't, but you presented it to me in this form to where I read it and I was like, oh yeah, that makes sense.
Right. There's people out there in the world that are just so much fucking smarter than me.
Yeah.
But we knew that already.
Fuck yeah, we did.
Are you ready to empty the tank, buddy?
Of course I am. You ready for this commercial break?
Yeah, for sure.
For sure. All right, brother. I'll be right back.
Hello, this is George Decay, reminding you, Don and Brady, for your mid-show pee break. Oh my, may I watch? Wang.
All right, guys. Here we are in the pee break segment of the show. We've got a few episodes planned out coming up here. We're going to do basketball next week per Brady's request. Good night, Jess. I see you out there. Then we're going to do an escapee Ask Me Anything. So anybody who watches this show, we're going to go ahead and take questions. And then, ask us, if Brady shaves his back or whatever the hell you want to ask. And then the week after that, I believe it's the 10th of March, we're going to go ahead and have a episode where we invite all kinds of people from the Red 5 network to come in, and we're going to talk about the new Star Wars High Republic Light of the Jedi book that came out a few months ago. That'll give Brady some time to digest this book. And I'm hoping that we have plenty of Reds come in so that we have a nice conversation going. It should be fun. I know a lot of people haven't read up on it, but I figure, if anybody wants to participate, that gives you 3 weeks to download the audio book and run through it. Or, if you're a quick read, go ahead and read it. I personally am an audiobook person. I can't read anymore. I barely have the time to do the things I want to do. And when it comes to like sitting down and reading a book, I can't. If I do sit down and crack a page, I get 10 minutes into it and then I think of something I got to go do. And then before you know it, I accomplish jack and shit.
It's not good.
Not good.
No.
All right. My turn.
Do it. Do it. Off-screen dabbing. You're off-screen dabbing, Dragon Buddy. How fucking dare you? That upsets me. I would never dab. Oh, Jen had to leave. That sucks. Oh, how are y'all doing? So I go downstairs to go take my pee break, and my daughter's talking to me, and she's talking to me about a 2-night sleepover, 2 nights in a row. Me and the other father have to sign off on it so far, is what she's telling me. And said, I need to talk to your mom. So she just automatically assumed it was a yes. So that's not happening. I mean, it probably is going to happen, but she shouldn't insinuate. I don't like that. Ooh. Somebody's getting smacked. Dragon Buddy's getting smacked. Oh, nice. Oh, this is part of the thing, man. We do need a pee bucket, a red 5 pee bucket. We have the red 5 pee break. 2 nights is a big thing. I know, but I don't know if I'm ready for it. She's only 10. I don't know if I'm ready. Can't be having sleepovers. It's ridiculous. Next thing you know, she's gonna be doing the ones where they put the makeup and shit on, and I can't be a part of it. That's not happening. It's just not happening. So damn, you were quiet this time.
Ninja.
I didn't even hear the fucking door open or close.
It's because you were talking about putting on makeup. I heard you.
You don't worry about that.
All right, give me a few seconds.
Yes. Nostalgia Inc. in downtown Jackson is your one-stop shop for comic books, graphic novels, tabletop games, supplies, and tons of other super nerdy stuff.
They have everything from your favorite superhero comics to all the latest manga and horror graphic novels.
Superman, Spider-Man, The Avengers, My Little Pony, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, My Hero Academia, Star Wars, and Batman are just a few of the familiar titles you will see while browsing through the store.
And don't forget to check out their back catalog.
And for all your tabletop needs, Nostalgia has the largest in-stock selection in the area of Dungeons & Dragons books, miniatures, and more. As well, they have the latest Magic the Gathering and Pokemon card game releases.
Store hours are currently 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday through Friday.
So come to downtown Jackson and get nostalgic at Nostalgia Inc. What's up, everybody? This is Big Lovin and Don DellaSnooch.
We wanted to take a minute to tell you how to get more from the Escape Pod experience.
Become a Patreon supporter and you will get lots of bonus content, including movie reviews, videos from Comic-Cons, behind-the-scenes content, and more.
But even better, Patreon supporters get extra entries into the quarterly drawing for the Escape Crate.
The Escape Crate is full of great stuff like t-shirts, Funko Pops, stickers, mugs, and other random goodies.
The higher the membership level, the more entries per month you'll earn. You also can receive 1 entry per episode you share on social media.
So if you have a couple extra bucks, toss us some. We will use it for covering the cost of hosting the show, paying for booths at cons, and equipment upgrades.
Thanks for all the support, and now back to the show. And we're back.
Oh my God, I thought you left. Dude, you had turned off screen. I couldn't see you at all. That's fantastic. I hate the damn Yoda head.
Lunar Girl's talking about the shirts. We got these sweet ass Red 5 Network shirts on T Public.
T Public.
Did we mention our T Public store today?
No, we didn't.
I think we did. If you look up ATSW, the Escape Pod on T Public, you'll find all kinds of awesome shirts.
We got shirts, hoodies, coffee mugs. The whole stroke is on there.
Yep. Phone cases, stickers.
Ooh. Treat yourself to a phone case. Let everyone
You
know.
can even get like throw pillows with the Stormtrooper logos on it.
That's fantastic. I need some throw pillows, dude.
I know. If you were so inclined, I should get one for the bed so that Tisha can put all the pillows up there and I can be like, dink, and she'll be like, "You're a
this one."
pillow.
Put it dead center right in the middle.
Yeah. So she's got to look at it every time.
That's glorious.
Yes. And now this past week, I got my first couple orders from T Public. I've got a coffee mug, I got a hoodie, and I got a t-shirt, and they are all fantastic quality.
Yeah, they look nice. They look nice. I seen you wear the red t-shirt to work the other day. That looked good.
Yeah, that Heather red one.
Yeah, that shit was sharp.
Nice. Main topic tonight is Ready Player 2, written by Ernest Cline, just like Ready Player 1 was.
And if you listen to the audiobook version, it was narrated by Will Wheaton, just like Ready Player One was.
Will Wheaton.
Will Wheaton. Say cool.
I like Will Wheaton.
Say Cool Whip. Cool Whip.
Cool Whip. Will Wheaton.
9 days after winning, Oasis founder James Halliday's contest and the arrest of Nolan Sorrento, Wade Watts is informed about a new technology that Halliday created and never released to the general public. Called Oasis Neural Interface, ONI, or ONI, this technology allows users to not only experience the Oasis with all 5 senses, but also record their experiences in real life.
Yeah.
Wade,
yeah, it's definitely a cool concept, especially the being able to record. And, we're going to get into the relevance of that. But the idea that you could record an experience and save it for later is pretty fucking cool.
To relive it. Yeah, that was pretty cool.
Wade quickly becomes addicted to the thrills offered by the ONI and reveals its existence to the other members of the High Five. Both Shoto and H agree to release the product, while Artemis believes that it would only exacerbate. Yeah, exacerbate. There you go. Thank you. The world's issues by making it easier to escape into the Oasis.
Ooh. Dragon Buddy and Luna Girl ordered some shirts and they came in.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. You guys are going to have to post those in the group. That's awesome.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely. Show off that quality.
Hell yeah. You were going to say something, I think, before I interrupted you?
No, I was not.
Oh, okay. Then I just interrupted myself. Artemis also believes that it's dangerous using it for longer than 12 hours without a 12-hour rest period. Wait, that's fucked up. You fucked this up.
Yeah, no, I didn't, but because I took this from somewhere. It's actually Halliday told them that any more than 12 hours would be dangerous.
Yeah, that's what I thought. That's what I was going to say. That's kind of messed up. But that's okay. More than 12 hours without a 12-hour rest period can result in severe brain damage. This argument over the argument over this leads to her and Wade breaking up, particularly after she discovers that he is recording their fight.
Yep. Sales of ONI skyrocket, and Wade greatly withdraws from the world around him, including his remaining friends. He also begins to alienate his fans due to the misuse of his admin abilities and antisocial behaviors. Shortly after the ONI's launch, when the servers reach 7,777,777 simultaneous users, a new 4-line riddle appears in the Oasis.
Dubbed the Shard Riddle, involving locating 7 shards that would reconstruct the siren's soul. Wade offers $1 billion reward for the information leading to the first shard, but it goes unclaimed for 2 years. Ultimately, he ends up paying another egg hunter, aka a gunter, named what the fuck? Logren. That's not how it was spelled in the book, was it?
Lohengrin. Yeah.
It looks. I'm sorry. Okay.
It's
I guess
Lohengrin.
it looks. It doesn't look how I expected it to be spelled.
It's like Artemis has a 3. This has a 0 in it.
Yeah, I know. It threw me off looking at it, and I should be used to it considering the day and age we live into, but
we didn't read the book. We listened to it. So
that is true. AKA low for exact details to find it, but only an error of the Halliday's can pick up the shard.
So I want to jump back just a hair.
Yeah.
You said shard ribble, which I'm assuming is like when your old lady comes up and tickles you in the ribs.
You're
you get,
really wait, hold the fucking phone. You're
You
really
get
gonna give me shit for stuff that you fucking wrote. You are gonna give me shit when you fuck this shit up all the fucking time.
no, but this particular moment, I'm thinking that maybe it's shard ribble is when
You're
somebody
talking about
tickles
shards
you.
now, so you need to
Yeah.
fucking settle down.
It's when
How
somebody
dare you.
tickles you and you shit your pants.
Yeah, you son of a bitch.
You have a little shard.
Yeah, you have a big shard.
Fucking moving on.
Yeah.
After retrieving the first shard, Wade sees a portion of his memories, realizing that they belong to Karen Rosalind. Karen Rosalind Underwood, aka Kira. Yeah, what you said.
Jesus, man, get your own shit together. How dare you call me out and then fuck it up like this?
Shard ribble.
Suck a dick.
Anyway, the portion of his memories realizing they belong to Kira Rosalind Underwood, aka Leucosia, Ogden's wife, with whom Halliday was obsessed. Wade also learns that Halliday created an AI of himself in the form of his Oasis avatar, Anorak.
Anorak reveals that he has imprisoned Wade and every Oasis user who is logged in with the ONI headwear. The vast majority of Oasis users are, and that any attempts to log out will destroy their brain. Anorak wants Wade to collect the shards so he can have the Siren Soul for himself.
He also proves he's willing to kill whomever it takes, going so far as to make an unsuccessful attempt on Artemis's life since she does not use ONI. He also imprisons Ogden Morrow, who was temporarily competing with Wade for the shards. That whole scene was fucking dope. The whole thing about she was flying in her, she's in her plane and she jumps out of her plane in real life.
Yeah,
she
that
just
shit was
fucking punches out and nose dives into what was it? Was it Chicago?
I don't remember the city, to be honest with you.
Wherever it was, like into a metropolis.
It was close to Cleveland, where everything takes place. If I remember correctly.
Yeah, that makes sense.
This all horrifies Wade as it clashes with his lionizing of Halliday. During the quest, Wade and Samantha's love for each other slowly starts to heal.
As Wade and his friends retrieve the shards, he glimpses more of Kira's memories and realizes that his vision of Holiday is indeed incorrect, revealing Holiday to be a deeply flawed individual with an inappropriate obsession.
Agreed. He was a fucking weird ass creep.
Yeah,
dude.
he was a weird ass weird.
Ultimately, Wade realizes that ONI units are also capable of copying a person's complete memories, which is how Halliday was able to create Anorak. Wade also realizes that Halliday created a copy of Kira's memories without her knowledge, then kept this copy in a private simulation in hopes that he could make her fall in love with him someday.
That is like some real fucked up shit.
But that, it was believable to me. It was believable that a nerd could build it up in its head that no, I can do this. I just need the time and I'll eventually, you know what I mean? Like with my technology and stuff, I'm going to make this shit happen.
Yeah. And I don't even think implying that that's a nerd thing to do. Like, I think if anyone had that kind of power, like if it was just a rich businessman and he was paying somebody to make that happen for him, like these are the kind of things that people with too much power will dream up to do.
Yep.
Og was altered to the copy's existence and the full capabilities of the ONI unit. Oh, I read that wrong. Og was alerted to the copy's existence and the full capabilities of the ONI unit only after Holliday's death, after which Og completed a Dork Slayer capable of destroying Holliday's AI, but can only be used by himself.
Wade and his friends managed to use technology and their wills to hook Og up to an ONI unit so he can battle Anorak. Lohengrin obtains the Dark Slayer, which Og uses to destroy Anorak, releasing the ONI hostages. But Og dies in the process due to the grievous wounds he received while in captivity.
Yep. Day after the battle, Wade assembles the shards, restoring the AI of Kira. She informs Wade that while Holliday was indeed deeply disturbed, he also came to realize his own depravity after watching all of her memories and seeing himself through her eyes.
Yeah, that was... I enjoyed that
There's
part.
some real heartstring stuff at the end of this book.
Yeah, we'll get... I want to talk about my overall once we get to the end because... Yeah. Anorak instability was the result of Holliday's attempts to remove undesirable parts of his personality from the AI, but unedited uploads are as stable as the humans they were copied from, if not more so due to the being freed from the stresses of a physical existence.
Wade decides to make a digital copy of Og's consciousness as he had used in the ONI system for the last battle, as well as digital copies of his own and his friend's consciousness. He gives them the interstellar spaceship he had previously been constructing for himself, and they upload it to the ship and take off towards a potentially habitable planet, since they are now functionally immortal, while the other biological selves remain on Earth.
Back on Earth, Wade marries Samantha, and they are expecting a daughter, which they plan to name Kira after Og's late wife, while his friends also start their own families, all while maintaining a long-distance friendship with their digital selves.
Which, I mean, in and of itself, that's pretty cool. I believe also it doesn't say in here, but if I remember correctly, they took some human DNA to start another colony or something somewhere, didn't they?
I don't remember that part. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Maybe I'm mixing it up.
They took something with them. I'm just brain farting at the moment what it was they took with them.
It seems that they were looking for a new place for the human race to go.
Yeah. I love this book, dude. Like, I've read a lot of reviews where people did not like this, and I'm sure we sure as shit didn't do it justice in our retelling of it, if you will. But
no,
I fucking love this fucking book, man. It's not as good as the first one. I will concede to that. But I still thought it was well thought out. I personally didn't look at it as a sequel to make money to the movie.
No, but I definitely think that this book was written in a way that it was friendly for a script adaptation.
Absolutely.
Like, it was written with the intention, and I believe probably the funding for him writing this book probably came from the movie studio.
Yeah.
Not the book publishing people.
Yeah. I was surprised in the beginning of the book, the relationship twists and turns that Wade and Artemis took. I did not expect that. I was so glad when they came back together. Mm-hmm. I was like, fuck yeah, because I was like, you're fucking up, dude. Like, the whole time I'm like, you're fucking this shit up, man.
Right.
But I was glad that they came back together.
You remember my initial impression of the book wasn't good.
No, not at all.
Remember, I was like, for the first few chapters, I'm like, bro, I don't know.
Yeah.
I think this is a misstep, to say the fucking least. And then the things started happening where they got into the ONI and what was going on with that, and why nobody was getting along, and about the time Lowe started showing up, and the quest for the shards kind of started to make some sense.
Yeah.
And if I remember correctly, Anorak took the robe back from
Wade.
Yeah. Then I was like, oh, okay. Because in the beginning, he was just kind of a douchebag with God level powers.
Fucking douche.
Yep. And he had God level powers. And I was like, this guy is no fun to be around.
He's no fun to root for.
Right. And then when it all got taken away, and he was like, wait a minute now, this is not even about me. This is fucking wrong for everybody.
Right.
Then you were like, oh yeah, I do like this guy again, which is a really fucking cool trick.
Yeah. Well, when he was trying to, prove himself back to Samantha and everything like that, I'm like, I fucking love you, Wade. Right? Do the right thing. You realized you fucked up and you had the greatest thing that ever happened to you. All right, let's fix this, buddy.
Yep. Definitely. I think that the development of the characters in this book were all real good.
And they felt like the same characters from the last book.
Right. But you
sometimes
definitely
that happens.
They definitely grew.
Yeah, they grew, but they still fit like Artemis, her taking a different stance than the rest of the guys, than the rest of the high five, made sense to me. Like it didn't seem out of her character to think the way she was thinking.
Yep. I agree with that. Like he didn't sell any of these characters out.
No, not at all, man. Not at all.
Except for was it Shoto?
Yeah.
Whichever one of them died in the last or in the movie. No. They didn't die in the movie. They died in the book.
Daito died in the book.
Yeah.
In the book, Daito died in the first one.
Yeah, but then they didn't in the movie.
No, in the movie he was still alive.
So I don't know how when they go to make this next movie, how they work that out.
Yeah. Well, I can see how if he didn't die in the movie, I can see that.
Yeah. Yeah. I guess
yeah.
Make him be there all the time and just don't give him a lot of heavy lifting.
Exactly.
Nolan Sorrento still a piece of shit in this book.
Exactly.
Like there's no redemption for Nolan Sorrento.
I was almost bummed out that they brought him back in, but I think they used him well when they brought him back in. But there's a part of me, I was like, I wish we weren't, but it made sense. And I want people to read or listen to this book, but I didn't want him to be a part of it. And when he was, I was kind of bummed, but the character he played and what his usefulness was made sense to me. So I was like, okay, this is okay with me.
But I feel like they could have done it with any character. They could have just been like, and then Todd did this. You were like, oh, fuck Todd.
Yeah, all you had to do was give a little snippet of why he got screwed over, but I still think pulling Sorrento back in worked for me.
Yeah. Let's see what else happened that was real cool. One of the things that I think that this book didn't do as well as the previous book, but it did more in the stylings of the film. The places that they had to go to collect these shards,
right?
In the original book, they were so detailed and so like uniquely nerdy. But like this version of the story, like they went to like Planet Prince and they had to fight the 7 princes. And they were there forever.
Yeah, dude. I'm not a big Prince fan. So like I was like, oh, this is fun.
Welcome, Charles Westcott.
Welcome, dude. Thanks for joining us, my friend. We're almost done, but thank you for joining us.
Yeah, it's there was just some stuff where I was like, well, they could have went about that in a different way. Like it kind of lost a little bit of that flair. Like the first one had all this stuff with the D&D module that really put you in that dungeon.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, you see
And
Dragon Buddy's comment. Dragon Buddy's comment said the first one flowed better. The second one read a lot like a script of a movie.
Yeah.
I've heard that comment from a lot of different people who've read this book or listened to this book.
That's why I really feel like this was written to be turned into a film.
And you know what? I hope so. But the ending part of it with the whole stuff with Robert Downey Jr., like that's a big, like you have to change a lot if you don't get Robert Downey Jr. to work in this film.
Right, definitely. But I imagine RDJ is going to be well in the market for cameos.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I would hope so, because it would make sense with the way this book was made to keep that part of it alive.
Yeah. RDJ plans on doing quite a bit more acting, but he's not Tony Stark busy right now.
No, he sure shit ain't.
He's gave up that big, about the only thing that could make him that busy is if he took up the Pirates of the Caribbean franchise since Johnny Depp's out.
Well, that won't happen.
I don't think so either. But that's the only franchise that I can see, other than like maybe Harry Potter, but they're not going to do Harry Potter movies anymore, as far as I know.
I heard they might be making a Harry Potter TV series.
Yes, I did hear that.
With I don't know if it's the original cast or whatnot, but I heard there's that's in talk. So who knows? Who knows?
Right, definitely. Other than that, like this book explores that icky, backhanded question of just because we can do something, should we do it? What happens when you take somebody's essence essentially, but then take away their right to decide what to do with it? That information privacy kind of conversation that we're essentially having all over the internet.
Yeah.
So this book is very topical. I got quotes.
I got quotation marks.
It's very much what's going on in the cyber community as far as, okay, how far does this technology go before it's gone too fucking far?
Yeah.
And like there's all this stuff like you're completely immersed in the internet, or in your simulation at this point, to the point where they make essentially coffins for you to lay down in that have battle systems to keep you safe.
That was so awesome, dude. I could how'd you visualize? I visualized it like a spider tank.
Yeah, I literally like visualized it like a coffin with 6 fucking spider legs and a couple of fucking weapons.
That's exactly how yeah, dude.
And you're like, I don't know if I want to do a thing that makes me lay down in a coffin that's got guns mounted to it.
I do. I'm so in. Let's do this, baby.
Yep. Other than that, you got anything else you want to kick around about this?
Considering we both have pretty much agreed that Ready Player One should have been made into a trilogy of movies.
Mm-hmm.
If they make a sequel to this movie, they're not going to do that. We know that.
Yeah, this one doesn't need to be a trilogy.
No, this one doesn't. The first one made sense to be a trilogy, and both of our opinions, I think we've both agreed on that.
Yeah, but definitely.
If they make this into a movie, do you want them to stick to the script like the book is, or do you want them to have a little bit more creative liberties like they did in the first one?
I would like to see a director that have some creative liberty with this. But I believe Steven Spielberg with the first book lost some of the magic about it because he didn't understand it.
I agree.
So I would love to see somebody direct this film that's no older than 45.
Yeah.
Somebody who understands
The times.
Yes, that was around for D&D, that was around for Atari, that was around, you know what I mean?
Right.
Like, because those that 1980s, like somebody who was a teenager in the 1980s.
Yes. Yeah. I'm with
so I guess maybe let's say 38 to 50.
Yeah.
But at the time Spielberg played with Ready Player One, he was like 70.
Yeah. And Spielberg was I hate saying this like this, but it felt kind of like at times during the movie, Spielberg was stroking his own dick.
He definitely was.
You know what I mean?
But I think in order to get that movie made, they had to have Spielberg.
I don't think so. I still wish that movie was a damn trilogy. I love the movie. I love the book. I love them as separate entities as they are, but I really wish we'd have got a trilogy out of this Ready Player One into this. Damn it.
I wholeheartedly agree with you. But I think that they had a little bit of trouble getting the budgeting around for the first movie.
By saying, we've got Steven Spielberg, they're like,
yeah. They're like backing the fucking money truck up. Let Spielberg do whatever he wants.
Yeah.
So there's that.
So there's all the money.
Here's all the fucking money. You ready to bring this plane in for a landing, buddy?
Fuck yeah, I am. We gotta do what we gotta do. Can't fly all night.
No, true story. As always, everybody make sure that you like this video on YouTube. Give us a 5-star review on iTunes or anywhere that you can find a place to write us a review. If it's not on iTunes or YouTube, though, make sure that you let us know, because all the other services.
Audible. It's on Audible too.
I know. Yeah. Oh yeah. On Audible too. But none of those services tell us that you left a review. You got to let us know.
Please do. So even if you leave that in the Escape Pod Facebook group, let us know you've done that, or individually message us, let us know, just so we can get out there. We want to make sure because there's a lot going on, and sometimes I didn't look it up today. So I'll make sure I look it up for the next episode, but I didn't look up reviews just because I forgot about them.
Mm-hmm.
But when we can
next
catch up,
next episode,
they will be there if there is a new review.
Yep. We're going to do basketball next episode.
Fuck yes, we are.
Yeah. Good times. Anyway, leaving us a review helps other people find the show. And if you do, Big Lovin over here will stroke his beard and read your review live on the show.
I need to get a pipe. Like with the curve.
Oh, that would be dope. Yeah.
And just for that,
Yep. You could go full Masterpiece Theater when you read a review.
Oh, wouldn't that be maybe a smoking jacket? I'm taking this too far. This is going to be fantastic.
Yes.
And we both are.
Oh yeah. Well, somehow I can do this.
Heck yeah. We both are.
And please make sure that you subscribe to us on Facebook, on YouTube, and then anywhere that you can get your podcasts.
Yeah, because we're all over the wall. We're everywhere.
Yeah. Download us on 8 different fucking podcast apps for all I give a shit, because it just makes our numbers look better, and then we can do cool shit with that information.
Yes, and we pay attention to it.
Definitely. Brady, tell these people where they can find you on the socials.
On Instagram and Twitter, you can find me at lowercase o 0 capital BIG _ capital LOVIN 0 O, and that's on Instagram and Twitter. I'm pretty much my social media handles everywhere.
It is you got handles everywhere.
I got mad handles, son. I got mad handles.
Oh.
Tell them where they can find you, brother.
Charles Westcott is Charles from Conversations.
Nice. I like that title. Nice.
I like that show. Have you listened to their show? It's really fucking
with
good.
Me learning my new job, I podcast, audiobook.
Yeah.
I haven't been listening to them. So as soon as I get a lot more familiar with my job, I'll jump back on the podcast wagon. But I just haven't had the free mind to do it.
Mm-hmm. I've caught up on a bunch of Conversations lately and Salty Nerd podcast.
Oh, nice. Yeah, there's a few of them I gotta check out.
Yep.
I mean, I gotta give everybody a chance. Don't get me wrong. You know what I mean?
I got about 1.5 million scuttlebutts to catch up on too. So that'll come in somewhere. Anyway, as Brady suggested, you can find me at Jetfire 1979 on Twitter and DellaSnooch on Instagram. You can find us and other great podcasts, as we said before, on Red 5 Network at red5network.com.
Hey, thanks for hanging out with us. We'll see you next time.
May the force be with you, and
go blue. I don't know why I drank that, because I really got to fucking pee.
You always do, buddy.
This podcast is part of the Red 5 Network. For more Red 5 Network podcasts, visit red5network.com.